Hey, welcome back to the Astrology of Things. I'm your host and certified astrologer Sheena, and today is July 22nd, and it is 12:19 p.m. So let's continue this Sun through the Houses in Synastry series. So again, this video is going to be a general overview of this particular overlay, and always remember that synastry is complex and how a particular synastry overlay between you and an individual are unique. So you have to consider each individual's natal chart, their placements and aspects before you can completely understand that synastry overlay. All right. So the sun in astrology represents the ego, goals, achievements, honor, prestige, attention, performance, and creative expression. And the ninth house represents higher knowledge and higher education. It represents our philosophies on life, its religion, our morals and ethics. It is the dreams, our divination, and it even represents publishing, broadcasting, and distribution. So getting things out to the masses. And it also represents long distance travel and the internet. So in synastry, when one person's sun comes into another person's ninth house, the sun person is the primary actor or initiator of events in this dynamic. So the sun person's particular role in this dynamic depends on what part of the house that the sun falls in and whether or not the sun person's sun is in a giver or taker role. So the concept of planets that give or take requires a lot of explanation, and that is something that I'll have to explain in a completely different video. So I'll have to just generalize that concept for now. All right, so when the sun comes into another person's ninth house, the sun person may serve as a guru to the house person because they hold the wisdom, knowledge, and insight that the house person needs to see, observe, and experience life from a higher perspective. And the sun person will activate these ninth house issues, causing the house person to think about, challenge, and or explore their religious beliefs, philosophies, and morals. And this happens, of course, when the sun is in a giver role in this particular synastry. All right, so also when the sun is in a giver role within this synastry, the sun's natural creative expression and light will bring visibility to new philosophies, new religions, or morals for that house person to explore and experience life through. And just by the sun person just being themselves, the house person will look up to the sun person as a role model and someone that they can look to for direction and guidance in ninth house matters. And I also want to note that, let's say, two people have never met, but let's say the house person is observing the sun person through an online platform, for example. The sun person would still kind of have that effect on the house person. All right, so in cases where the sun is in a taking role, the sun person is going to seek out this knowledge and wisdom from the house person, because the house person's life philosophy and knowledge will feed the sun's need to explore and understand their own ego from a higher perspective, or to understand their soul's purpose and journey. Additionally, the sun could be looking for guidance on, how to reach certain goals and achievements. So in these cases, the house person then serves as the guru and teacher to the sun person. So since the ninth house also pertains to higher education, such as college and university, the sun person may help the house person in this area. So they may help the house person apply to college, or they may take the house person on a college tour across the country or up and down, the coast, to explore different universities and explore what each college has to offer. This could also play out as the sun person or the house person giving direction on how to publish a book, guidance around how to make or publish a website. They could give each other insight on how to broadcast information to the masses through a podcast or video platform, for example. So I'll also say that these two can generate a lot of creativity and play and childlike energy between them. So these two can work on a creative project together, or they just enjoy each other's company and have a lot of lighthearted energy. They share lots of laughs and jokes with one another, and they feel free to explore and participate in activities that elevate and enhance their life experience. So this is a good placement for travel buddies, a good placement for studying together, and it could be a great placement for working on creative projects where the sun person is able to utilize their creative expressions and combine that with the house person's knowledge in publishing, broadcasting, or religion, for example. So, thinking of some more examples, let's say the sun person is an actor or actress. The house person may have a YouTube channel where they can introduce the sun person as an actor on, or maybe they invite the sun person to play out a skit for one of the videos that they want to publish on their YouTube channel. Or maybe the house person is an astrologer, and instead the sun person has a YouTube channel. So let's say that sun person invites the astrologer onto their platform to talk about astrology. Also, related to some of these examples, and depending on whether or not the sun is in a taker or giver role, the house person may be inclined to want to broadcast and share accomplishments that the sun person has achieved, because that house person is really proud and happy for the sun person. So for example, if the house person has an Instagram, they may share a story about the sun person graduating from college, or landing a new acting role, or completing some creative project that is going to be distributed to the masses. And also, I've noticed with this placement that the sun person can be the reason why the house person ends up traveling long distances, so that the sun person could be a traveler themselves, for example, and may tap the house person into, or convince that house person into coming along with them on their trips. Or this could play out as that sun person just living a long distance away from the house person. And so the house person, well, essentially the sun person gives that house person a reason to travel a distance to go visit them. All right, so that's all I have for Sun in the 9th house synastry overlay. I'll see you in the next one.